Yes.
Hello.
Are you delivering something?
Yes.
Delivery note. Whatever. The package?
I've got it here.
Okay.
Can I go in now? I've got a pass as well.
All right then. You could go in.
Thousands of people die every year from infections they pick up in hospitals. Makes me wonder if hygiene hysteria is the better way to go. The cleaning agents they use aren't so innocuous themselves, and the viruses are getting more and more resilient. A metal bier. The edges are bent upwards so no blood drips on the floor. It's got wheels and seems a bit rickety. It's probably taken to another room for the actual autopsy. Well, it's all really clean here, but ultimately a dead person makes less mess than a living one. Yeah, well, at least if you don't cut them open. Either they assume that Biddeford's population will reach 50,000, or the number of cold drawers is quite over the top. Half the town would have to have a collective heart attack. A syringe. Quite a size. I guess any remaining fluids are sucked up with that. I certainly wouldn't want my flu shot injected with it. Huh. 6 clipboards in total. Let's see. There are lists of the personal belongings each dead person had on them, but there are no names. There's 394 written on the first one. I guess the numbers on the lists here relate to the numbers on the boxes. That means if I can work out which of these lists belong to Fuller, then I know which box his stuff is in. Number 412. Wallet, keys, Polaroid photo. That could be Fuller. Oh, wait a minute. A wedding ring. Fuller was never married, so it's not 412. Number 394. Hairbrush, lipstick, car keys, mirror. That's hardly going to be the contents of Fuller's pockets. Number 433. Credit cards, earrings, anklet. No, not Fuller's. Number 448. Wallet, driver's license, credit card, keys, bills. I wouldn't rule that out as being Fuller's, but I'm not certain. Number 448. Wallet, driver's license, credit card, keys, bills. I wouldn't rule that out as being Fuller's, but I'm not certain. Number 442. Driver's license, photos, small change, a pacifier, baby powder. Definitely not Fuller. Number 399. Knife, torch, ski mask, skeleton keys, small change, plastic bag. Unless Fuller was about to set off on a secret thieving trip when he was murdered, then that's not his. Boxes. They appear to be airtight. There's a number stuck to every box. I think the personal effects of the dead people are stored in them. I've got no idea which box is fullest. I can hardly search through all these boxes in the hope of finding it. The security guy outside's gonna start wondering where I am at some point. Not a pretty sight. Fuller's body's peppered with stab wounds. They've undressed him. I won't find any clues here. I'd rather not do that. Whoever it was, he must have been out of his mind. I'd rather not do that. Whoever it was, he must have been out of his mind. I've got no idea which box is fullest. Number 448. That's the only box left. It's gotta be it. Fuller's box is number 448. But where is it? That's Fuller's box. Fuller's keys. Those could be useful. Hey, and here's his wallet. Driver's license, a few dollars, credit card, a few bills. But no secret numbers or anything like that. I think I'll take the keys. The wallet and the rest of that stuff is of no use to me. That's Fuller's keys. Keys for the store, his apartment, mailbox, automobile, and... That's interesting. That's no ordinary key. It's a small hexagonal brass stick. Looks almost like a winding up key for a clockwork toy. Let's see what happens when I turn the key. Okay, so I've wound up the clock. Now I'm pushing the key in. Oops, it clicked. Sounds like it adjusted something inside the clock. What the? What's this then? This box was hidden in the clock. Come on, I just need a little tip for the damn combination. Huh. 4 negatives. Right, let's give it a go. I can move the transparencies around and turn them over. Let's see if I can arrange them in an order that makes sense. Hey, 2, 4, 8, 2. The rows produce digital figures when arranged in the right order. I'm certain that's the code for the secret door. The negatives were Fuller's emergency memory aid. I don't think that'll do anything. I'm not heavy enough. It's the weight. I have to put Fuller's exact weight on the scales. A code on its own isn't enough. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
What's up with your security guy? Does he think he's guarding a bank or something?
Oh, him. If you ask me, he's not all quite there. Back there is the morgue, a few storage rooms, the laundry, and the garage. Don't know why it has to be so secure. This here is Bideford. Nothing gets stolen here.
Oh, just a few people get butchered, that's all.
But only extremely rarely. Oh, sorry. We shouldn't joke about it.
You don't seem to be too worried.
I'm not scared. That was the first murder here for years. I don't think such a thing will happen again quite so soon.
That's reasonable. Who's allowed access to the morgue?
Hospital employees, of course. And the police.
And how does the security guy recognize the employees?
You want to sneak in there? You got no chance. Good old Dick knows everyone here.
Oh, it's impossible for him to know everybody who comes through these doors.
Well, okay. Not the delivery guys. But he knows the employees better than they know themselves. I get the feeling he's taken a peek in the personnel files.
Thanks very much for the information.
No problem.
Hey!
I've forgotten something else. There's a buyer, just like the one out in the hall. I think it's for transporting the corpses. The upper part can be removed. A metal buyer. The edges are bent upwards so no blood drips on the floor. It's got wheels and seems a bit rickety. It's probably taken to another room for the actual autopsy. I should first divert the security guy's attention. All the racket's gonna be quite suspicious. I've drawn a little of the laxative into the syringe. Nice. That's the laxative. Hey boss, you want a soda?
What do you want for it?
Nothing.
You just gonna give me a soda as a friendly gesture?
Exactly.
That's very nice. Perhaps you could do me another favor. Can you keep watch here for a minute? I'll be right back, real quick.
I thought you couldn't leave your post.
It's an emergency. I'll be back in a minute. Wait here.
Okay, no problem. What was that about? Strange. Oh well, he's gone. At least there aren't any cameras in the patient's rooms. Or in the restroom. We'll have to wait until the year 2000 for that. Alright, I can work out Fuller's and the buyer's weight together. That way... £348. The only question is, how much of that is buyer and how much is Fuller? Let's see. The buyer weighs about 53 pounds. 348 for Fuller with the buyer, minus 53 for the buyer makes 295 pounds. That's Fuller's weight, and that's what I gotta put on the scales. Perhaps a bit more. He wasn't wearing any clothes and had lost a lot of blood after all. I weigh nearly 198 pounds with clothes on, so I just need around another 99 pounds on the scale with me. I'm sure I can find something in the basement.
Don't move!
What the? Look, I didn't want to...
What are you doing? Trying to poison me, huh? That ain't gonna work on me.
Me? Poison you? What makes you think that...
No one has ever offered me a drink. And someone like you, of all people, bring me a soda.
Yeah, well, I thought you were thirsty.
Yeah, sure, junkie. You want to steal medication, huh? Or equipment to make some money, don't you?
That's crazy. I was...
The soda's poison, right? It's in the lab right now. And if it turns out you trying to poison me...
Yeah, well, poisoned...
You going to jail for this, you terrorist. And you were missing your old boss and wanted to say goodbye to him.
Something like that.
Don't give me that crap. Breaking and entering, larceny, we can lock you up for that.
Breaking and entering and larceny. According to the security guy, I'm a seriously dangerous terrorist.
He caught you snooping around, and that's bad enough. I understand that you want to help your girlfriend, but this kind of thing doesn't really help. When this gets out, and Dick's gonna make sure that everyone in town knows about his heroic act by tomorrow morning, then it's gonna look like you wanted to get rid of evidence, or something like that.
Can I go now?
Darren, I'm not against you, but keep your nose out of this. If we catch you snooping around again, you're gonna end up in the can, capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
Now get out of here. I've got to reassure Dick and make it clear to him the boy's harmless.
And I'm gonna continue where I left off, at Fuller's secret door. How is Angelina?
Well, she's in shock, anxious.
Understandable. She's a student from England. She comes over here and then she's accused of murder of a man she barely knows.
The circumstances are quite clear.
And nevertheless, wrong. It was someone else.
We will be following up on all lines of investigation. And until we find something new, your girlfriend has a problem.
Have you found the guy from the photo fit?
No, not yet. But the picture's been posted up. It won't take too long. If he's still in town, that is.
If he is the killer, then he's gonna get out of town right now at the latest.
He's a witness at best.
I don't think I'll find anything that the police missed. They've examined this area carefully. Whoa. I think I need more sleep. This is where Fuller's body must have been lying. Everything covered in blood. Okay, I'm missing about 90 pounds of additional weight. That shouldn't be a problem. Along with my weight, another few pounds ought to do it. I reckon that'll be exactly enough. It might work now. That's it! At last. Now that the door's open, I'll get this junk out of the way. Somewhere there's gotta be... Ah, here. Oh my God. That bastard! The metal locker looks very old. Perhaps it's from a school or a sports club. Cupboard's locked. But there's no padlock and no combination lock on the door. There's gotta be some other kind of mechanism. Lots of little bottles of knockout drops. That's... Oh, God. I picked them up. Oh, Fuller's package, it clinked. I don't want to have anything to do with that. What would have happened if he still had some of that stuff when Angelina was here? Would he... Did he call her, perhaps? Did he want to lure her here and she might have defended herself and... But then it'd be self-defense. Angelina would have told the police that. Come on, stay concentrated. Angelina had nothing to do with it. The bed's got a metal frame and a worn mattress. It's stained and moldy. No sheet, no pillow, just this grubby blanket. I don't want to know what went on here. I'm just afraid that I already do. It wasn't enough for Fuller to just drug his victims. He tied them up too and probably got some perverse pleasure from the fact they were at his mercy. There are these shiny golden balls on the bedposts. That must be brass. Wow, that really works. The ball simply plugged into the tube of the bedpost. Weird. That curtain looks like Fuller stole it from his mother. Old-fashioned, but in better shape than everything else here. What have we got here? A metal plate has been built into the wall. In the middle of the plate is a hexagonal recess. He recorded it. The pig got it all on video. This way he got his kicks from it all a bit longer. And he had evidence. There's no tape in the camera. A camera tripod. An older model than the one up in the shop, but it's got the same mounting system. It's for Fuller's camera. A metal plate has been built into the... Something's happened. It's open, but I can't get excited about it. I don't want to see what's on these photos. There's only Mrs. Biber in these pictures, but there could be other pictures of other women, and therefore lots of people with a motive. That, along with the blackmail letter, should easily convince the police. Fuller was a blackmailer, and worse, there must have been dozens of people who wanted him dead. Dozens of people with a motive, unlike Angelina. I'll get her out of jail with this. Not nice. And every time she goes out, Mrs. Biber has to reckon with maybe seeing the guy who took the photos. Unbelievable how she must have hated him. But then her fear of everything being made public must have been even more so.
That's really interesting.
It's repulsive, and a damn good motive, right?
Indeed. But it doesn't mean that the Bibers have anything to do with the murder.
Of course not. Look, I guess your people would find even more in Fuller's secret room. Then you'll have plenty of suspects, all with good motives.
I've already sent some people over there. But all of this doesn't prove that it wasn't Miss Morgan.
But she had no motive.
Yes, she did.
That's him. That's the guy that followed me.
Nice that you came, Mr.
Reginald Boris is my name, Captain. I'm a private detective from England. I'm sure I can contribute a few things that will clear up this case quite considerably.
That's what we like to hear. We have a few questions for you as it happens.
For example, why you lured Angelina into a trap?
Mr. Michaels.
The important question is surely why? Why did Miss Morgan murder the photographer Fuller? Well, quite simple. She was also photographed by him. As you can see, not quite as revealing as the others, but I haven't got all of the photos. I'm sure your people will find other pictures that put it beyond all doubt.
What the? Those are mine! I shot those pictures of Angelina yesterday afternoon!
All right, calm down. What's going on here?
You'd better ask him. He must have stolen these pictures from Angelina's hotel room. These pictures have got nothing to do with it.
It's the same photo paper as the other ones.
And I got them from Fuller. He said he had lots more.
Oh, man. Lies!
Well, we'll see about that. Darren, go and get some fresh air. Calm yourself down. Mr. Boris, come with me, please. There are a few things we need to discuss.
Why, certainly.
And Angelina?
She stays where she is until we've cleared up this mess.
But
We'll get in touch when we need your help. Good day.
This can't be for real.
You know, I believe you. You were right about Fuller, and there's something not quite right with this Detective Boris.
Then go in there, arrest him, and release Miss Morgan already.
It's not that simple. But it'll all become clear. In a few days, everything will be cleared up. Until then, you should just wait. And go visit your mother.
Wait a few days? And give this asshole time to get new evidence? Yeah, right. Next thing you know, he'll frame her for the Kennedy assassination. I'm gonna find out what game he's playing.
Good. But be careful. The end doesn't justify the means. You've already broken into Fuller's house. If you get caught doing something like that, you'll get it for real.
Then you'd better stay away from me. He can only have gotten the pictures from Angelina's hotel room. I should have a look around there, regardless of what the police think.
Get lost, you damn critters! Get off my veranda!
The seagulls seem to like the veranda just as much as the hotel owner does. There are a few magazines lying around here. Recommendations for trips, tourist information. Nothing of interest to me. Excuse me.
Yes, please?
You got a seagull problem here?
I wouldn't call it that. They kind of come with the coast. It's just, it would be nice if they kept away. In my opinion, they ought to be out on the ocean, or on rocks on the coast, but not on my veranda. They've lost their fear of humans, and the hotel guests are always feeding them, especially with bits of fish. And then at some point the guests leave, and I'm left with a flock of seagulls on my veranda. They wreck the cushions, and oh, well...
They crap on your tables?
Well, I wouldn't have put it like that myself, but... yes.
Like the whole hotel, very well maintained and just so nice. Everything very clean and tidy. Huh. No wonder the guy doesn't want those gulls on his veranda. I'm guessing somebody's left something edible on the veranda, and then those critters have jumped on it right away. I ought to break up the bread, or else it's gonna make food for just one bird. I'll press a little around here. Got it. The key for room number... Nice work. There were skilled craftsmen across the whole region all those years back. They brought all their experience and designs from Europe and supplied the whole of the States from here. This isn't exactly my taste, and I can't find anything to help me any further. She only drank non-alcoholic drinks in the diner yesterday. Angelina is about as good with alcohol as I am. There should be a pipe behind the ventilator grill which leads outside. There won't be any AC in this building. But there's probably a fan in the pipe which draws in the fresh air. I can't see anything else from here. I can't take the hotel room to pieces without a good reason. What's this then? I don't believe it. A microphone. A listening device. The bastards bugged Angelina. There's no cable on it. It must have a little transmitter, but such a tiny transmitter can't have much of a range. That means there has to be an amplifier or a more powerful transmitter around here. A ventilation shaft could be a good hiding place for a radio set. I bet the hole leads right up to the roof. I knew it. A radio set. The bug only needs to transmit a few yards, and then this powerful set amplifies the signal and sends it on to wherever. Apart from that, there's nothing else.
Where have you come from? What do you think you're doing?
You
can't just march through the rooms. This is a discreet, familial hotel. Where is the key for room 5? Miss Morgan's room! You've got it! Give it here! Immediately! Don't let the police hear about this, for heaven's sake! And now get out! I never want to see you here again!
If you just...
Don't!
Man, was he upset or what? Doesn't matter. I've got everything I wanted and I don't need to go back into the hotel again.